All right, we are live.
We're live.
We're live on the Sculpt-A-Fit Facebook channel.
Hello, welcome.
And as you're tuning in live, we're just getting settled here for the Wellness and Weight Loss for Women podcast episode number
16.
So we're going to hit record on the audio version, and we're going to do a little intro. This is Joey Atlas and
Nikki Doherty.
back at you with, what episode is this, Nick?
I think it's 16.
Episode number 16 of the Wellness and Weight Loss for Women podcast, coming to you from the Sculpt-A-Fit studio in St. John's, Florida. If you want to see the video version, you can head on over to YouTube. You could search us, hunt us down, or you can just go straight to the YouTube channel, Wellness and Weight Loss for Women. And today is going to be a slightly different type of episode. And then we're going to give you a preview of what we got coming up in the next few weeks, because we've got some good ideas here for the holidays, don't we?
We got a lot of good ideas.
Yeah. So today, by the way, whoever's watching there on Facebook Live, and if you're watching this a year from now, you could still probably post nearby this video. Let us know where you're watching from and any questions that you might have that you would like to have answered on a future episode, because we will check those. We'll keep track of them, and we'll make sure that we help clarify and answer those questions for you as you continue on your health, wellness, and fitness journey. All right, so where can we start today, Nick?
Well, do you want to go over what we're doing right now?
Let's do that. What are we doing right now?
What are we doing right now? Well, we're sitting, we're chatting. We're about to get into some good conversation.
Yes.
But the Wellness for Wifey program, I think, officially launched last night?
Yes.
This morning?
Good topic. Wellness for Wifey. So, we've done little tests of this in the past, and there seem to be good indicators for it. So now we rounded it out this year. We made it really amazing and packaged it in a way that will make hubby or any kind of partner who's getting it for another partner, spouse, or even a mom, daughter, mother-in-law, any woman in the household, or even a coworker, a partner. Any hubby who wants to get it for a wife or any other female in the family is going to get an awesome gift certificate package.
Yeah.
It basically makes all the others like, yeah, it's old stuff. You know, the jewelry, how many earrings and necklaces and bracelets and stuff can you have, right? Gets old. How many gift cards can you give? And gift card is like, well, you really didn't know what to get me. You didn't shop for me. But for the guy who wants to give his wife something that shows, I care about you. I want you to have a better life. I want you to live longer and stronger and be happier. It's the gift of health, wellness, and longevity. Yeah. So we put together a Wellness for Wifey package. Again, it doesn't have to be just for wifey, but essentially it's a 4-week program.
4-week program.
Right, 4-week program.
In the studio.
Here. What do they get?
So they're going to get 4 weeks of awesome classes with our coaches.
Small group, low impact, super safe training classes.
Yep, super safe. Very effective as well.
Extremely.
They got to work. A trainer-assisted stretch. They're going to get stretched one-on-one through their coach, going through range of motion, mobility.
Oh,
it feels great.
Nice.
Both now. It's like
can't live without
like a massage.
Right.
What else are we giving away here in this package?
The Fit Q.
The Fit Q.
So we do the Fit Q and the nutrition overview analysis, right? So we make sure we know and wifey or the woman knows where she's starting from, right? Where is she at in regards to where she's going, right? So it's the starting point. So we do the gentle Fit Q.
Yep, and that Fit Q, it's one-on-one with her and the coach. It's not a group setting. It's not general. It's her talking about her specific needs and goals.
Right. And what comes out in the Fit Q is I'm worried about my health. I want to make sure I can prevent or reduce my risk of heart disease. I want to prevent or reduce my risk of getting Alzheimer's.
Yep.
Or I want to prevent a fall and break risk. The hip fractures are so prevalent in people in their 60s and beyond if you don't take care of yourself. When you take care of yourself, it's a game changer, because you're no longer in that at-risk crowd. You're able to stand on your feet. You're strong on your feet. You're balanced. You're confident. and you're able to prevent falls. And if you do fall, your body is stronger. You can absorb the fall and not have things break and then create that fast downward domino effect. What else? We get the basic measurements, right? And we get them to talk about their goals. What would they like to achieve in their words?
Yep.
What's important to them,
Yep.
right? And the programming is geared toward helping them get toward those improvements in all aspects of life. What else do we have in the Wellness World? There's a couple other things. We've got the nutrition guides. We have our fantastic, easy, simple, delicious nutrition guides for people who need guidance. What should I follow? How should I be eating? What should I not be eating? So we map all that out. It's really simple. The whole family will enjoy the nutrition guide. So there's no crazy diets. There's no extreme eating plans. None of that stuff. There's something else. I think there's something else that we're leaving out here because we added some things. What is it?
We had the +1 add-on. That's super deluxe package. We're going to add in personal training.
Yeah, we've got a personal training option on the up level of the Wellness for Wifey package. If you're a guy out there, you know what, my wife needs and wants just one-on-one training with a trainer all the time. We've got that option as well, and we also have hybrid options as well. There's some other big surprise in there. I'm forgetting it, you're forgetting it, but there's a big post on our Facebook page. If you go to Facebook, you'll find the whole Wellness for Wifey outline and details, and even the discounted sign-up link is there as well. So if you go to our Facebook page, look for us, Sculpt-A-Fit on Facebook. And if you don't see the post, tag one of us or post on the page itself, hey, I heard the podcast, I want to check out the Wellness for Wifey program. Where's the link? And we'll get the link to you. One of us will get the link to you. What else do we have? We've got something else cooking, right? In regards to the athletic performance enhancement conditioning for youth athletes in sports. So we've gently rolled that out, and we're going to be starting mostly with our local contacts from parents, players, teams, coaches, anybody we know. We're going to reach out to and get our low impact interval training for athletes program out there. And we're looking to start December 2nd, Monday. The first program is going to be a 3-month program. And then from there, we'll roll into 3-month blocks around different seasons. And this is for all athletes. Doesn't matter which sport your child plays, or if you're a youth athlete watching, doesn't matter what sport you play. Basketball, softball, lacrosse, soccer, football, baseball, softball, whatever we might be leaving out, tennis, golf. Doesn't matter what the sport is, the body is still the same. The human body is still the same. And we can train it for performance enhancement in all aspects of life, and that carries over into any sport you play.
Yeah.
It's not about drills, it's not about making you run faster and push harder and trying to increase your VO2 max and all that. It's actually the opposite. It's actually training the body and all the systems of the body that create one big system to become much more efficient at movement, at speed, agility, coordination, strength in various body positions, and also further developing the body-brain connection so that everything is more efficient and enhanced.
Yeah.
That translates to not only better performance in your games, but also performance in practices and drills. Absolutely. So this is something that serves all of that, and it's different than all of that.
Yeah.
So we're really excited. We know based on our own experiences what this has done and can do for any athlete who's looking to be better and get the edge. So if you're a parent out there watching or listening and you want to learn more about this and get on the first 3-month track, reach out, let us know. We'll get you the info and we'll get you on the roster. Right?
Good stuff. It's great stuff.
All right. Anything else we have?
I think we have lots more, but I think those two are good to start with.
Okay, so today, who's the person I told you we're talking about?
We're talking about Kathy.
Kathy is one of my long-distance clients. She's actually a short-term. Most clients are long-term because we've got a lot of reprogramming and milestones to reach. But Kathy is a really interesting client, and her story is so valuable that I'm going to be sharing the reflection, review, and summary email that she sent me that I do with just about every client at different intervals of their programs. And here's the ironic thing. Even though this show is called Wellness and Weight Loss for Women, Kathy actually had to gain some weight, okay? But here's what really matters. What matters are the principles and the overriding factors and issues that she was dealing with when she first came to me, and the progress we made, and the milestones we achieved, and the breakthroughs she had, all apply to anybody, regardless of whether you need weight loss, you need to gain weight, you need to keep your weight the same and change your body composition and your internal health altogether. The principles and the breakthroughs and the lessons are still valuable and applicable to anybody listening. So I'm going to just read what she wrote. Is that cool?
That sounds great.
All right. So as you're listening on the podcast, as you're watching on the video cast, please bear with me as I have some really good things to read here. If I trip up, I will correct myself, but bear with me. Here we go. Again, this is from Kathy. She has actually been following me for many years, started online, bought some of my original DVDs years ago, and then has always kind of kept in touch and in tune. But I'm going to tell you what she wrote here as part of her journey, because she lost her way a little bit, and what she reveals is really enlightening. So I'll save that for here. All right, here we go. My fitness journey might look different than most people, in that I have trouble gaining and maintaining a healthy weight. Anyone reading this might be thinking, you only wish that was your problem. But believe me, it's extremely frustrating to work hard, stay dedicated, and do what you think are all the right things, and still not be able to reach your health and fitness goals. I found Joey Atlas online probably 20 years ago when he was recording fitness DVDs in his old studio and basement. I followed his first programs daily for at least 5 years before I cheated on him and tried every trendy new fitness program advertised, from Weight Watchers Deal-A-Meal to HIIT and, she said CrossFit. I didn't say it, she said it. While HIIT and CrossFit produced amazing results, there was a very high price to pay for those results. Reoccurring injuries and adrenal stress that forced me to sit on the sidelines so I could wait it out and heal. Then I would try it all over again, only to get hurt and sidelined again. Over time, I came to understand that the roller coaster lifestyle was not fun, not sustainable, and not wise. It actually was defeating the purpose, really, and it was silly. Earlier this year, I rediscovered Joey online again and learned about the Sculpt-A-Fit program. Even though I don't live close to the new studio, I took advantage of the Sculpt-A-Fit Club worldwide fitness video portal and signed up online for the great variety of fitness videos that Joey and his team have created, and we still create almost every month. I quickly knew I was back in the right place for a lifetime of fitness training in a way that was effective, yet very safe, so I would no longer be concerned about injuries or overstressing my body from unrealistic and inappropriate fitness training again. Once I realized I was on the right track, I decided to get some personalized help from Joey himself. So I recently became a one-on-one long-distance coaching client to get individual help and guidance on redefining a healthy diet and rebuilding a better body at age 63. Joey's commitment to helping others in a slow and steady, trusted and proven, yet unconventional method of progressing the body has continued to be evident from when he was recording videos in his old studio and basement to the world-class video-on-demand platform and personal coach that he is today. Despite what I thought what I knew about health and wellness, now keep in mind, Kathy has been a lifer. This isn't new to her. She's been into taking care of herself her entire life, okay? So it's not just like this lifetime sedentary person who decides, oh, I need to get healthy, and they have no idea at all what to even start with, let alone have some kind of basic education. Despite what I thought I knew about health and wellness, Joey has helped me to refine my nutrition to include the right amounts and varieties of clean food, as well as enough carbohydrates to fuel muscle enhancement, connective tissue building, and body-brain coordination. We've also made important adjustments in the types and amounts of supplements that I take. That's another story for another day. We're going to go deep on that one. Because there are probably many other people who are dealing with the challenge she was dealing with in terms of supplements and having clarity on them. Joey has the real-life experience and credentials to address whatever one's specific needs might be. He was able to readjust my nutrition and fitness program in a way that I am now maintaining and slowly gaining healthy muscle and weight. The entire one-on-one coaching process has made me stronger, more confident, and has increased my self-esteem. I sleep better and wake up refreshed, and I recover quicker from new levels of fitness training that are introduced into my programs and progressions. My friends who are 10 and 20 years younger than me have trouble keeping up with my endurance level now, thanks to Joey and his reprogramming of me. Yay! Joey sets aside the right amount of time to review. We're getting into some of the coaching stuff, but there's some other good tidbits in here. Joey sets aside the right amount of time to review your daily progress, make suggestions to help you improve, not only from a physical fitness perspective, but also from an emotional and spiritual perspective as well. You will learn a lot about all aspects of yourself on your journey if you are open to be the best version of yourself that you have ever been. Now that's a big ask right there. Because a lot of people, they never get to that point. They never truly look in the mirror and say, I am fully ready to be the best version of myself. Right. That is necessary. Thank you, Joey Atlas, for your dedication and lifelong commitment to fitness research and helping us apply it in the real world of our day-to-day lives. And thank you for thinking outside the box to create a program like Sculpt-A-Fit to gently challenge each of us as much as we can imagine, all the while integrating a much-needed element of safety into the program so that we can reach health and wellness goals safely at any age. I am a loyal fan, and you are truly my trainer for life. That's my slogan, trainer for life. There's a couple of, well, two double meanings in there. Trainer for life, and then trainer for life. You got that one?
Got it.
All right, so the cool thing is, literally, as I was driving up here to the studio, I had my last wrap-up phone call with Kathy. Mm-hmm. So we're talking as I'm driving. And in the wrap-up call, she was just starting to talk about these other things that weren't mentioned in this reflection letter. And I said, Kathy, you need to, once we hang up, you have to write those down by hand and then go to the computer and put them in a document. If it's 4, 5, 6 bullet points. She quoted them as, so here are the things I've learned, Joey, since starting with you. Okay. And these things she learned they're so universal that anybody reading these would say to themselves, and it doesn't matter if you have to gain weight, lose weight, maintain weight, whatever, like change your health radically. It's not a weight issue. This is a mindset thing. This is a knowledge thing, knowing that, oh, I can learn that too. Like she did at 63, and she's been doing this stuff her whole life, and she just learned that now, and she learned that now. Well, if she did, then I can. And the cool thing is, if you're new to this, you get to have the shortcut because you can learn it ASAP from the start of the journey. So I'm having her put those in a bullet point list. She's going to share them with me. Then we're somehow going to either tie them to the episode page or we'll cover them as part of one of the next episodes. We'll go over them and we'll talk more about them. The reason why I wanted to talk about Kathy's reflection letter email today is that inside of the email, she mentions a few things that are universal, regardless of what your health status is, your body size, your body weight, your body composition, or your history of fitness. What she's mentioning here is universal. So I'll ask you, did anything jump out that I read that makes you say, yeah, you know what? Like, everybody needs to have that kind of learning experience. Is there anything that...
There's a lot.
Just give me 1, 2, 3. What's one of them?
What I liked is that but everyone goes on this journey where sometimes you lose your way. Right? So she was doing the right things, and then she kind of got out of it. She tried some other things that hurt her, and then she decided, okay, let's make, what worked for me, what did I feel good? And she came back and did it.
Yes.
I think, fitness isn't linear, and there's sometimes that even we deal with, okay, well, maybe I don't feel like doing this today, and then that can, in the past, it can derail a lot of people. Right. And I think it sounds like she did that. She tried some other things, and then she got back on her path. She was open and honest with herself.
Yeah. It's what's cool is that in sharing that, here's a lady that was doing something before. Then she was susceptible to seeing what the crowds are doing, right, what all the mass media is hyping up, and what everybody says you should be doing. Mm-hmm. So she deviated from what she was doing. She went and tried all the mass market popular programs, which are fine for some people, especially if you're young and you have time to recover from the injuries that you might sustain. But for other people, it's not appropriate, because those injuries could be much more devastating and career-ending, depending on what stage of life you're at. So she tried some of those things, right? Realized, I keep getting hurt. Like, something isn't right here. And she realized, I have to change this now. So how am I going to change it? So that's when she realized, they've got the Sculpt2Fit video portal that anybody can reach anywhere around the world, let alone the country. Whether you have one of the home gym systems or not, you don't need the home gym system. It's a bonus if you have it. There's a lot more you can do, but it's not necessary. Actually, Kathy said, for studio clients, you'll get a kick out of this. She also does some of our studio configurations. She'll watch, like for example, as we're recording this, the most recent is it Feeling Alive 45?
Yeah.
All right, so most current configuration is Feeling Alive 45. Kathy has actually put together a mimicked studio circuit at her house and says, I've been able to do pretty much close to Feeling Alive 45. So even without the machines, she still is able to do the configurations at home. In addition to the other solo-focused videos that we have in the portal, she makes use of everything. And so the ultimate point here, though, is that she realized that approach wasn't working. She keeps getting hurt, defeats the purpose of fitness pursuits in the first place. You don't do fitness to get hurt. You do it to get healthier, better, stronger, right? Have a better life. So she re-engaged with the portal, our style of LIT training, low-impact interval training, and realized, okay, I see what I'm supposed to be doing now. But then she, after a few months, she thought, you know what, I know I can fine-tune things to make this all even better. And so that's when she enlisted my help for a few months of one-on-one coaching and guidance, and we really, really made some awesome progress, because there were still some things that she was kind of guessing on her own. And she would come into the private forum, our private forum area, and post her questions, and I could tell there was a lot of questions, and I could see that there was a lot of clarification she needed. So I just made the suggestion. I said, look, I'll help you here, no problem, but I can help you better if you really want to go one-on-one, and we'll focus on a remote coaching situation. And like she said today, she's like on the phone, I'm like light years of where I was 2 months ago. And I love hearing that, not for my ego, but to know that I've changed somebody's life in that way and have impacted them in a way that they're unstuck now. They're not stuck anymore. So
yeah, she was saying 10, 20 years of her friends that they're younger than her. She feels like she's not only keeping up, but kicking butt. Yeah,
so again, the lesson here, she is not doing the high-intensity, hardcore, body-bashing methods that are being touted out there and followed by most people who are going to attempt something. She's doing literally the opposite. Gentle, slow, focused, super safe. We incorporate like what we call prehabilitation exercises. We make them actual fitness training exercises by how we modify them. And so there's a natural tendency of the body to rebuild itself deep, deep, deep from the inside. Literally the smallest joints, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, all the sensitive areas, the shoulders, the hips, the back, the knees, the neck. These are all being built up, not just muscularly, but all of the systems that serve those joints and make those joints. Hence, you get all this energy, this strength, this vitality, these capabilities that allow you to, one, thrive in your actual fitness program, but then also thrive in all areas of your life, which is the reason why you're doing this in the first place.
Yeah.
That being said, how does this relate to weight loss? Because 90% of people are after weight loss. When your method of fitness is more efficient and safer and more effective and enjoyable, it allows you to stay consistent long term, meaning that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing day in and day out. Hence, your body starts to make the changes that you're asking it to make, and your body composition changes. Your anti-aging elements increase. Your disease prevention factors increase. Your metabolism improves. The entire efficiency of all systems of your body improve. You start wanting to eat better and healthier to fuel this newer body that's taking formation. And naturally, your body composition creates a change in your fat composition, which makes your weight slowly come down as your size shrinks further and further. It's physiology in action. But if you're hurt and on the sidelines and having to rehab an injury, that means you're not training, you're not exercising, and you're probably depressed and eating more and drinking a bit. Hence, you're going backwards, gaining weight, losing valuable body composition. That's the important lesson in all of that, that part anyway. Make sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
So, pretty cool that we're drawing lessons from a woman who had to gain weight and applying them to people, man or woman, co-ed, who want to lose weight, which is what 90% out there want to do. There's 10% that need to gain weight or want to stay the same and just change their body composition and get healthier. Because we know out in public, we see people who are quote-unquote skinny or thin, but they're not healthy.
Yeah.
And they'll be the first to admit it, some of these people. Oh, I'm so out of shape. It's not just your body size and your absolute weight on the scale. It's every aspect of your health.
It's your health.
Right, the things you cannot see that are going on beneath the surface. All the elements of disease prevention, longevity enhancement, strength of life. You could be skinny and thin, but be weak as a feather, right? And frail and ailing and hurting and low energy and at risk for anything that could happen to you.
I think what's important too, and she mentions it kind of in the beginning where she says, you know, most people think, oh, they'd love to have my problem, right? So when a lot of ladies come in at first, when they haven't made that mindset shift, it's, oh, I'll be happier when I lose weight. It's not just the weight loss. You'll be happier when you're healthier, when when your body is doing what it needs to do, when you're putting good things in.
You have more energy.
Exactly.
Less aches and pain.
She said she sleeps better now.
Right.
She wakes up happy. That comes when you're healthier from the inside, not your weight.
Right.
Just period. It's not a segment that's over
weight
here.
Is a tiny, tiny piece of the puzzle, because this puzzle is much greater. But if you can't see the whole puzzle, you don't know it's there. You have to realize it's a puzzle.
Yes.
Weight is a little piece of that puzzle. When you start putting all the other pieces in place, guess what? The weight part starts taking care of itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? What else jumped out at you in here? Anything?
There was a lot. She slept better. She was changing her things. And also that she has been a lifer.
Yeah.
And she found some new things.
Yeah. One of the things that we talked about was she was confused about her carbohydrate intake. Okay? And I totally get it. Even lifers out there, if you don't have a real true background in this stuff, it's easy to be confused, even if you're doing this stuff for life, because every day you wake up to all these different messages, internet, TV, the hairdresser's talking about, you know, her trainer told her this, or, you know, it's just constant.
Right.
So confusion is normal. She was confused about her carbohydrate intake. Carbohydrates are not the enemy. They're not bad. But when we eat carbohydrates like the average American out there, carbohydrates in the morning and like a 1,500 calorie muffin or sandwich breakfast, and then the frap of coffee, more carbohydrates for lunch, and a big Subway roll loaded with all these, you know, way too many cold cuts and lunch meats that are way too much protein in the first place. Carbohydrates at dinner, which are typically not the best carbohydrates. We're overloading ourselves with carbohydrates. That's unhealthy carbohydrate fueling of the body. What we're talking about here is she was going a bit low. Low carbohydrate eating is okay, relatively speaking, compared to the average American diet. There are some people, though, who go too low. And if you're active, it creates a problem because despite what all these extremists out there are saying with these trendy faddish diets like keto and paleo and no carb, carbs are on this earth in healthy form because our body, the human body, needs carbohydrate as its primary source of fuel. Muscle glycogen gets burned like gasoline when we're doing our fitness activities, when we're outside walking, when we're biking, when we're hiking, when we're playing, when we're gardening, you name it, whatever we're doing, we need muscle glycogen that comes from the carbohydrates. So some carbohydrates have to be coming into the body. What she learned was that she was too low, and she's trying to do her fitness activities, and things just weren't feeling right. Her hair was falling out. Make note, anybody who goes on some of these extreme diets, you will experience some weird things happening. One of those being hair loss. Good thing is, for a lot of people, the hair does come back when you get off those crazy, faddish, trendy diets. Not going to name too many names, but you probably know what I'm talking about. You probably have even experienced this yourself. So she was starting to lose some hair. She said after the fact, on the phone call, on the write-up here, she said, Joey, since we've started adding proper carbohydrates and the right amounts into the plan, she's like, I didn't know how low my energy was before. But now that I feel how much energy I do have, now I see how low it was. I didn't know what I didn't know. She's like, I can't tell you how good this feels. One, to know that I can eat some carbohydrates in the right amounts at the right time for the right reasons. Two, that my body actually is starting to look better in the mirror from the different training that we're doing now and fueling the muscles properly. And I feel incredible. Like the energy, the mental clarity, the fatigue is gone. And I drive this point home because she's like a case study. And okay, if you're too low carbohydrate and you're in a state where you're the type of person who needs it, what happens? Well, you see what happens. Your hair falls out. You get lethargic. You lose mental clarity. Your energy drops. You can't do what you're supposed to be doing. So even if you're on a weight loss focused program of health improvement, you still need carbohydrates, but you don't need them in the way that you used to eat them or how everybody else out there is eating them, because you see what happens to people when they eat too many carbohydrates, especially ones that are highly processed and mass-produced. We need healthy carbohydrates. Quinoa, brown rice, rice cakes, various types of potatoes. There are so many that there's no shortage. Ezekiel bread, multigrain organic breads. We just have to be careful of the amounts and be mindful and make sure it's combined with lots of good vegetables and salads, clean proteins and healthy fats. When we balance it out, fuel the body the way nature intended, then magic happens. It's that simple. No diet, no extreme eating plan, no wild cockamamie food timing scheme or exclusion diet or restriction diets. None of those work long term. Maybe short term, maybe, but long term, everybody falls off of them. It's inevitable. So, is there anything else we triggered in this that needs to be touched on or can be touched on?
What was the biggest thing for you that she said?
In here or on the phone call?
We'll go in here. Because the phone call, I want to hear those points, but I think you said we'll say that, right?
The biggest one right now is how she got seduced into the popular programs of the current day, tried them, admitted she saw results, but they came at a high cost of injuries that just defeat the purpose in the first place. Yeah. And then coming full circle, realizing, I gotta do this differently. Coming back to our methods, right, and then implementing them, and realizing this is what I'm supposed to be doing all along, because not only is it working the way I want it to, but I'm not getting injured. I'm actually getting stronger. My joints are getting stronger, more empowered, feeling less injury prone, as a matter of fact. That's big.
That's huge.
That's like a mass market breakthrough revelation that everybody needs to hear. And that's why you're seeing it on the live cast. You're hearing it on the podcast. If we don't share it, you don't hear it, right? So how else can we get people to hear this and see it? Think of at least one person right now. Maybe a few thousand at your workplace if you work at a big corporation. Share this message with them. Let everybody know there is an easier way. And we're not saying if you're into the hardcore stuff that you have to quit or you have to stop. We're not bad-mouthing you per se, right? But we know there's a better way for most people. And why not share that better way that most people actually do need? Because a lot of people aren't hardcore. They don't want to do the no pain, no gain. They don't want to do the beast mode. And then what else don't they want to do? They don't want to kill it, bro.
Kill it, bro.
They don't want to kill it. Nobody wants to kill anything. We want life. We want to live. So, if this resonates with you, you know what to do. Share it with your besties. Even if you think of someone that you're not sure. They might appreciate it. They might not. But maybe this inspires somebody who's not doing anything but wants to. But they just need to find something safe and gentle and effective, and then they'll start doing it because they don't want to get hurt. A lot of people don't want to get hurt, and so they avoid doing this altogether. So think of at least one person. A few thousand is even better. Share it with them. Let them know that you enjoyed it. Let them know what it might do for them. And know that we appreciate you sharing and helping us get the word out so that we can just live in a better world of a lot more healthier people.
Yes.
Makes it more fun, and it helps us solve the problem of premature disease, premature aging, a country and actually a world that's starting to suffer from obesity problems and all the complications that come from it. We've been put here to help. Today we're showing you exactly how we're doing that and continuing to spread the message that will impact hopefully you and anybody you know. What do we have for parting words? Long distance first? Long distance first. If you're intrigued by Kathy's experience and you want to learn more about how me and the team can coach you or somebody you know remotely, long distance, we've got several options to do that. Just reach out. You can come to Sculpt2Fit on Facebook. You can come to the sculpt2fit.com website. You can go to fitnesstraining.live. That's fitnesstraining.live, L-I-V-E. You can sign up for a bunch of free videos, get started on your own at no cost. Then you can reach out to us via one of those emails that you get from us with the new videos in there and connect with us. If you're watching this right now or listening to it, there's probably a way that you can look on your device and see, oh, I can get in touch with them right there. You can email us through the main website, fitnesstraining.live. There's a contact page on there. You could probably email us through the Facebook page, right? There's a contact button there, different ways to get us. And if you're long distance and you want other options, again, freebie, remote coaching, you could buy one of the gym units for your home or your office. You might not be able to see it on the video, but we got the home, commercial grade home unit over there that all of our founder members have bought for their home. We're getting ready to do another production run at the time of this video. So if you're interested in having that for you, your family, or maybe putting one in the office for you and your staff, your coworkers, or getting a bunch of them even, to have a full-blown corporate wellness program, that's an option too. If you're local, here in the St. John's, Mandarin, St. Augustine, North St. Augustine area, and you want to come check this out, what's the best way for people to do that?
Couple ways. So you can also go to our website, sculpt2fit.com. You can find us on Facebook, send us a message. You can call me directly. That's probably the quickest and best way. Text works as well. 904-891-3680. We can do a tour. You can meet us. We can learn a little bit more about you, show you the studio, get you in for a free class. We've got a lot of awesome programs, and our coaches are amazing. So call or text 904-891-3680. You can message us on Facebook or on the website, sculpt2fit.com.
I think we got it, but I'm just realizing we may not have been recording on the audio podcast, so we're going to have to pull the audio from the video and create our audio version. So either way, we're going to sign off.
Okay.
Right? We're good?
We're good again.
Yeah, this is fun. This is how we learn. We're good. So you gave them their parting shots.
I did.
Let them know where to find us. Thank you for tuning in. If you need anything, any question, come get us. Come post for us. You know where to find us. As always, thank you for tuning in. You know how to do